Scene 1. It began the same way it now ends, in a bed in an old room, full of antiques, all of excellent quality, if one ignores the many dents from when a certain someone's strength couldn't be controlled over the years. We are in the bedroom of Frankenstein's monster and his bride, but the pair in the bed in this room is absent one bride, replaced by a certain count instead.
Frank, love, you must know this can't continue. We both knew this had an expiration date when we started. It's been fun while it lasted, but your bride is due home any day now, and I simply cannot be tied down, not when I still have to see so much of the world.
Yes, I know. You can't blame a monster for trying to hold on.
Oh, I could never. We will always remain as wonderful fiends, and you simply must come stay with me for a good vacation when I return to Transylvania, eventually.
Well, if you insist.
A trumpet blares. The sound of hoofbeats gradually grows louder, and the characteristic squeal of the castle's opening gate sounds. Dracula and Frank look at each other, panic rising before.
Oh
shit.
Okay, we shouldn't panic!
Dracula slaps Frank in the face, with all the drama of Mr. Green slapping Mrs. Peacock include 1985.
Frank, not panicking is an excellent idea, which we should both do, or not do. Panic, that is.
Right! Yes, right.
Dracula gets out of bed and gathers all the stereotypical vampire accoutrements. It seems like he should look impressive, but the actual effect is more like he just raided a party city. Frank puts his suit on. He looks fine. While they do this...
Okay, here's what we need to do. Your bride is about to enter the castle. Surely there must be some sort of secret passage in a castle this old that I can sneak out through?
Yes. Well, no. Yes, we do have secret passages, but Betty prefers to use them to get around the castle instead of the actual hallways.
A knock on the door. From outside the room.
May I suggest the Eastern Cliff, my lord?
Wilbert! By the gods, man, what are you doing?
I'm simply trying to help, my lord. I believe I remembered that his countship can crawl up and down vertical surfaces, or simply turn into a bat and leave.
You're a genius. Well, not about the bat thing. I hate doing that. Imagine having to cram 200 pounds of body mass into a being the size of your fist.
Thank you, sir. I think I shall meet her ladyship at the secret entrance and slow her down.
Well, Frank, you certainly do have an eye for talent.
Yes, I believe one of my eyes came from a talent scout. That's not important right now, though. Right now, we have to get you to the eastern gate of the castle. There's a sheer cliff surrounding the courtyard. You can escape down it. It should be safe. The sun set a few hours ago.
They exit. Dracula slinks down the hallway, sliding between the shadows from object to object. Frank follows somewhat less successfully, knocking the objects over as he goes. Bonus points if they do it to the beat of dramatic spy music. Finally, as Dracula slinks behind a suit of armor and Frank knocks over the loudest thing yet, we hear...
Frank, what are you doing, dear?
They freeze. That sort of obviously guilty freeze. Dracula remains behind the armor. Frank turns around.
Ah, Betty, dear. I thought Wilbert said he was going to meet you at the secret entrance.
Oh, was he? Poor thing. I decided to switch it up this time and use the front door. What are you doing?
Redecorating. Yes, this hallway. The feng shui is completely out of order. I just realized.
You are absolutely right. I've always thought something was off, but I didn't want to say anything first. Let me set my luggage in our room, and then we can grab Wilbert once I come back. I've got some truly innovative ideas for our interior design.
Gods, Frank, you absolute madman.
I know, love. I never thought that would work.
No, I meant that you hadn't already been planning to redecorate this hallway. I was just trying to be polite before I thought you were in the middle of redesigning.
Never mind that. Quickly, go!
Ah, yes.
Now, we should be all set to. Oh, where has he gone now? Every time, I swear.
She wanders off to find either Frank or Wilbert, whoever shows up first. Blackout. Scene 2. Lights up on Betty dragging a beleaguered Wilbert by the arm into the library.
And now, here, I'm thinking. Wilbert, are you even writing down notes like I asked?
Of course, my lady. 14th century rugs with graveyard dirt into them, cobwebs covering every window, and a coffee table inhabited by the spirit of a 14th century monk for the drawing room.
Good, good. Now, for the library, we'll have.
She's cut off by a loud creak. Over her shoulder, Wilbert sees Dracula and Frank emerge from a rotating bookshelf. They are all over each other. They do not notice Betty and Wilbert. Betty begins to turn to the noise when Wilbert grabs her by the shoulders and spins her towards him.
My lady!
My gods, Wilbert, what is it, man?
Dracula and Frank still haven't noticed.
I just realized.
Dracula and Frank break apart, plastering themselves flat along the bookshelves, eyes wide, breath heaving.
How we could possibly even think of using the spirit of a 14th century monk when a 12th century nuns are all the rage nowadays.
As he speaks, he gestures with his head at Dracula and Frank, indicating for them to move towards the long, empty, suspiciously person-sized fireplace in the center of the room. They do. At the same time, still holding Betty's shoulders, he shuffles them to turn around so that her back is always towards the pair.
You are absolutely right. What was I thinking? I would have been the laughingstock of monsters everywhere, if not for you.
Yes, yes, my lady.
I know just the nun, too.
A loud scrape of stone against stone cuts her off. Frank and Dracula, standing in the fireplace, have pushed open the back of the fireplace to reveal another secret passage. They freeze as they hear the screech. Betty begins to turn around again when Wilbert once more grabs her arms to keep her facing him.
No, I mean,
You're acting very weird, Wilbert. Weirder than normal.
Frank and Dracula make frantic gestures at Wilbert to keep Betty distracted as they enter this passage and struggle to close the door. Wilbert panics.
I love you, I mean.
Oh my, Wilbert. You know, I always knew there was something there, but it's simply out of the question. Why, I'm married after all. It just wouldn't be proper. Maybe in another life, in another time.
She continues monologuing about love that could have been, things that can never be, etc. Improv at your discretion. Wilbert dies inside. Frank and Dracula have finally slipped inside the secret passage and gotten it to close behind them with one final thunk. Betty's monologue will stop when Wilbert cuts her off with,
I completely understand, madame. Please trust me when I say I will never bring it up again. Que sera, sera, and whatnot. Anyway, shall we continue?
Oh, Wilbert, you poor soul. It's okay to feel sad now that you know you can never have me.
I'm sure I'll manage, madame. May I suggest we continue with...
But you mustn't let it keep you down, Wilbert. I believe there's a monster out there for everyone.
I'm fine, madame.
You can't give up hope. Someday you'll find someone almost as amazing as me.
I said I'm fine.
Betty is stunned. Wilbert clears his throat, straightens his jacket, and attempts for normalcy.
Shall we continue, madame?
Yes. Yes, thank you, Wilbert.
Excellent, madame. I believe you had some ideas for the library.
Oh, forget the library, Wilbert. I'll need the nun's opinion on it now. But I've just had the most marvelous idea for the Eastern Gate.
The Eastern Gate, ma'am?
Why? Is there a problem with that?
No, of course not. Why would there be a problem with going to the eastern side of the castle? I'd simply thought you were excited for the library.
Keep up, Wilbert. That was before. Now I simply must transition to the Eastern Gate. I've got such wonderful ideas for themes of death and rebirth.
As she says this, she begins dragging Wilbert out of the room. He does his best to resist, moving slowly.
Perhaps we should take this opportunity to slowly meander there and scout other areas that need redecorating.
There's no time to waste, Wilbert. We must go quickly while I have these ideas flashing in my head. Or is that just the leftover electricity?
Her voice grows fainter as she drags Wilbert off, heading toward the eastern gate of the castle. Blackout. Scene 3. The Eastern Gate. A gorgeous Gothic gate out of the castle, leading to a small courtyard filled with dead roses, skeletal trees, and the occasional statue that looks suspiciously like something Medusa might sell when her gardens get too full. A secret door opens up right next to the gate, from which emerges Betty, once more dragging Wilbert by the arms. He scans the area carefully. No Frank or Dracula to be seen. He must have stalled long enough for them to escape.
I simply must have a corpse flower right in the center. Ooh, perhaps we should surround it with some monstera.
Of course, madame. I shall call for a gardener at once.
Oh, no, Wilbert, don't be silly. Monstera with a corpse flower? No, it won't go at all. Perhaps some poison ivy instead. Yes, write that down, Wilbert. Write it down.
Writing it down, madame.
Yes, and over here.
Betty walks over to the statues, inspecting them carefully.
Why, these are delightful. We need more of them. Reach out to Medusa again, will you?
Yes, madame.
Perhaps enough for us to create our own monster-sized chessboard. Or, no, a person Stonehenge. A person-henge! Yes, that's it. Ask her for a person-henge, will you?
Yes, madame.
As she speaks, she moves closer to the central statue, inspecting it carefully. It's a statue of two people holding each other on a pedestal, one trying to shield its eyes from something, and the other reaching out towards an invisible foe. The base is made of brick, as large as the people themselves, with one brick suspiciously protruding more than the others.
Yes, these ones are in complete disrepair. They'll simply have to go.
She reaches towards the aforementioned offending brick, attempting to shove it back into place. When she does, we hear a loud click, and the whole brick face of the front side of the pedestal shifts forward and slowly swings open, revealing Frank and Dracula, once more all over each other. Stunned silence before.
Well, fuck.
Frank? Is that you? Who is that? What are you doing? I insist you release my husband immediately.
Frank and Dracula spring apart, exiting the statue.
Betty? It's not what it looks like.
Oh, this is less than ideal.
Count Dracula. I thought you were in Antarctica.
Well, a funny story that.
I just offered him a room in our castle as he travels back home.
I'm not an idiot, Frank. My brain used to belong to a doctor.
Awkward silence falls. A beat, maybe two, before.
We didn't want you to find out like this, Betty. I'm sorry, but it's true.
He breaks off, overcome with emotion. Wilbert heaves a sigh before finally deciding to end the charade, once and for all.
If you'll allow me, madame, I believe what my lord is trying to say is, well, they did the mash.
A gasp. Betty's trembling hand finally pulls her veil back.
No. Don't say it.
Frank grabs Dracula's hand, pulling him forward. A tear falls down his face, before.
We did the monster mash.
Betty falls into Wilbert, crying. Lights fade down, creating an almost black and white tableau, until blackout.